What happens when the ambassador's wife crashes into a 68-year-old Korean War veteran's car while drunk, then walks into Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom claiming diplomatic immunity? This woman is about to learn that some privileges don't exist. Some immunity claims are worthless, and some husbands lose everything when their wives hide behind diplomatic shields. But what makes this case devastating isn't just the drunk driving. It's what happened when Judge Caprio made one phone call to the State Department that ended her immunity and her husband's diplomatic career. It's a Thursday afternoon in Providence Municipal Court. Victoria Ashford, age 42, wife of British Ambassador Sir James Ashford, faces charges of DUI causing property damage, leaving the scene, failure to render aid, and obstruction of justice. 6 days ago at 3:47 p.m. Victoria's black Range Rover ran a stop sign at 45 MR and T-boned a parked Toyota Camry. The Camry belonged to 68-year-old James Park, a Korean War veteran, inside a medical supply store buying mobility equipment for his wife recovering from hip surgery. The impact deployed airbags and pushed the Camry 15 feet into a fire hydrant. Security footage shows Victoria exiting her Range Rover unsteady, inspecting damage for 45 seconds, then driving away. No information left, no call to police, no check if anyone was hurt. Police tracked her to the ambassador's residence within 30 minutes. Victoria appeared at the door, visibly intoxicated. When Officer Martinez attempted a field sobriety test, she refused. "I have diplomatic immunity. I'm the wife of the British ambassador. You have no authority over me. Leave immediately or I will have you reported." Embassy legal counsel arrived and blocked the investigation. After a 3-day standoff, the State Department ruled Victoria's conduct wasn't covered by diplomatic immunity. She was arrested and released on $50,000 bail. Now Victoria enters Judge Caprio's courtroom wearing a purple Chanel suit, gold jewelry, designer sunglasses. Her entrance communicates one message: "I don't belong here." The bailiff calls the case. Judge Caprio reviews charges carefully. "Mrs. Ashford, you are charged with 4 separate offenses. How do you plead?" Her attorney stands. "Your Honor, my client is the wife of the British ambassador and is protected by diplomatic immunity. This court lacks jurisdiction." Judge Caprio raises his hand. "Mr. Whitmore, the State Department already ruled your client's conduct is not covered by diplomatic immunity. We have correspondence disputing that determination. Unless you can show me a federal court order preventing these proceedings, we're moving forward." Victoria stands. "Your Honor, I understand perfectly, but you need to understand something. I am the wife of the British ambassador. I have diplomatic immunity. This entire proceeding is a waste of everyone's time and an embarrassment to diplomatic relations." The courtroom falls silent. Did she just lecture Judge Caprio? Judge Caprio removes his glasses slowly. "Miss Ashford, I've been on this bench for over 30 years. Please sit down." "Your Honor, one phone call to the State Department and this entire matter will disappear." "Mrs. Ashford, are you threatening this court?" "I'm simply stating facts." "Sit down, Mrs. Ashford." She sits. If you're not subscribed, hit that button, because what Judge Caprio does next will show you what happens when someone uses diplomatic immunity to avoid accountability for hurting a Korean War veteran. "Where is Mr. Park?" Judge Caprio asks. The prosecutor gestures toward an elderly Korean man wearing a Korean War veteran's cap. "Your Honor, Mr. Park is here." "Mr. Park, would you please stand?" James Park stands slowly with a cane, small, wearing simple clothes, standing with quiet dignity. "Thank you for being here and thank you for your service." Park nods. "Thank you, Your Honor." "Mrs. Ashford, do you see that gentleman? He's 68 years old. He's a Korean War veteran. 6 days ago, you crashed into his car and drove away without leaving any information, without checking if he was okay." Judge Caprio signals a clerk. "Let's see the security footage." The video plays. Victoria's Range Rover speeding, running the stop sign completely, T-boning the Camry with devastating force. The Camry spins into a fire hydrant. Water sprays. Victoria exits unsteady, inspects her damage, looks around, and drives away. "Mrs. Ashford, that's you in the video, correct?" "Yes, Your Honor, but there is no but." You hit Mr. Park's car and drove away. That's a crime. Her attorney, my client, was in shock. The footage shows 45 seconds examining damage. Plenty of time to leave a note. Why didn't you stay? Victoria lifts her chin. I panicked. I'd had wine at lunch. I intended to report it later. You drove away, then claimed diplomatic immunity when police arrived. That's not panic. That's calculation. Officer Martinez testifies. She was clearly intoxicated, slurred speech, alcohol smell. She refused all tests, saying, I have diplomatic immunity. You have no authority. Leave or I'll report you. Judge Caprio plays body camera audio. Victoria's slurred, hostile voice. I have diplomatic immunity. I'm the wife of the British ambassador. Leave immediately or I will file a formal complaint. Mrs. Ashford, that audio was 90 minutes after the accident. You weren't in shock. You were threatening an officer. James Park takes the stand. Your Honor, I served in the Korean War, 1950 to 1953. Battle of Chosin Reservoir. Wounded twice, Purple Heart and Bronze Star. After the war, I worked as a mechanic for 40 years. My wife Susan had hip surgery last month. She needs our car for physical therapy 3 times weekly. His voice catches. 6 days ago, I was buying equipment for Susan. When I came out, my car is destroyed. The car is totaled. Our deductible is $500. 3 months of groceries on our fixed income. Mr. Park, has Mrs. Ashford contacted you to apologize? No, Your Honor. No one. Mrs. Ashford, do you have anything to say to him? Her attorney stands. I've advised my client not to make statements. I'm asking if your client, as a human being, has anything to say to a Korean War veteran whose car she destroyed. Victoria remains silent. Nothing? Not even an apology? Victoria speaks. Your Honor, I sympathize, but this is a legal matter. I'm following legal advice. The courtroom gasps. Judge Caprio stands and walks to the front. Mrs. Ashford, I have seen thousands of defendants. Most show remorse. You are 10 feet from a man who served in one of our most brutal wars. You destroyed his car, left him with a $500 bill, and you can't apologize because your lawyer said not to. You spent so much time in diplomatic circles that you've forgotten what accountability means. Titles don't make you better than anyone. They're not shields for avoiding human decency. Mr. Park hasn't threatened anyone. He just wants his car fixed and an apology, and you can't give him that. And then Victoria makes her catastrophic mistake. She pulls her cell phone from her purse and starts dialing. Mrs. Ashford, what are you doing? I'm calling my husband. This has gone far enough. He needs to contact the State Department and end this circus. The courtroom holds its breath. Did she call his courtroom a circus? Mrs. Ashford, put that phone away immediately. She holds it to her ear, ignoring him. James, I need you to call the State Department right now. This local judge is Bafe. Retrieve Mrs. Ashford's phone immediately. The Bafe takes the phone. Victoria protests. You can't do this. I'm calling my husband. Mrs. Ashford, you just committed contempt of court. You attempted to interfere with judicial process. Judge Caprio makes his legendary decision. Mrs. Ashford, you wanted to involve the State Department. I'm going to give you exactly what you wanted. Contact the United States Department of State, Office of Foreign Missions. Get me the director on the line now. Victoria's face goes pale. Within minutes, a professional voice comes through speakerphone. This is Director Patricia Morrison, Office of Foreign Missions, State Department. Am I speaking with Judge Frank Caprio? Yes, Director Morrison. I have you on speakerphone in Providence Municipal Court. We're hearing Victoria Ashford's case. She's repeatedly claimed diplomatic immunity and just tried calling her husband to have him contact your office. Does Mrs. Ashford have diplomatic immunity for this conduct? Brief pause. Everyone waits. Judge Caprio, I've reviewed this case personally. The Vienna Convention does not protect family members from prosecution for serious crimes unrelated to diplomatic functions. Driving under the influence, leaving an accident scene, and obstructing police are serious offenses unrelated to Ambassador Ashford's duties. Mrs. Ashford does not have diplomatic immunity. The courtroom erupts. Victoria looks faint. Furthermore, I want to make something clear for the record. The State Department does not appreciate diplomatic status being used as a shield for criminal behavior. Such conduct damages diplomatic relations. Director Morrison, Mrs. Ashford tried calling her husband during proceedings to intervene. Is that appropriate? Absolutely not. That's highly inappropriate. If Ambassador Ashford attempted to influence this case, that would be a serious matter we'd address directly with him. If I impose sentence, will the State Department support that decision completely? Judge Caprio, you have full authority. Mrs. Ashford is subject to Rhode Island law like any other resident. The call ends. Silence. Mrs. Ashford, you heard Director Morrison. The State Department confirmed you have no immunity. Do you understand? Victoria is crying, mascara running. Your Honor, I didn't mean you have one more chance. Do you have anything to say to Mr. Park? Victoria turns to James Park, voice shaking. Mr. Park, I'm so sorry. I made terrible decisions. I'm sorry for damaging your car and not staying to help. It's genuine, but too late. James Park nods, hurt visible. Judge Caprio announces sentence. Victoria Elizabeth Ashford, I find you guilty of all charges. DUI $5,000. Fine 1 year license suspension. Leaving the scene $2,500. Fine 60 days jail. Failure to render aid $1,000. Fine obstruction $2,000. Fine contempt of court $3,000 fine. 30 days jail. Total 13,590 days jail, beginning immediately. Full restitution to Mr. Park 15800. Formal apology letters to Mr. Park, Officer Martinez, and Providence Police. Victoria sobs. Her attorney protests. Mr. Whitmore, your client drove drunk, destroyed a veteran's car, fled, threatened officers, claimed immunity, then tried calling her husband in court. 90 days is merciful. Mrs. Ashford, you believed your husband's title made you special. But Mr. Park is special. He served in combat. You'll have 90 days to think about the difference between privilege and character. As officers take Victoria away, she looks at James Park. Mr. Park, I truly am sorry. James Park stands. Mrs. Ashford, I accept your apology. I hope you learn from this. His Grace breaks something in Victoria. She nods and is led away. Within hours, the State Department call goes viral. 2 days later, Ambassador Ashford announces he's requesting reassignment. My wife's conduct was unacceptable. I cannot represent my country, while my family has dishonored these principles. Victoria serves 90 days, completes counseling, writes genuine apologies. When released, she meets James Park, hands him a check for $15,800. Mr. Park, I spent 90 days thinking about privilege versus character. You have character. I didn't. Thank you for accepting my apology. Mrs. Ashford, we all make mistakes. What matters is what we do after. Good luck. 1 year later, Victoria writes from the UK. She's working with a veterans charity. Judge Caprio changed my life, not with punishment, but truth. He showed me that service, sacrifice, and character make people special. If this story moved you, subscribe for more incredible courtroom moments where Judge Frank Caprio proves no title places anyone above justice. Remember Judge Caprio's words, in this courtroom, everyone is equal. That's the legacy of Judge Frank Caprio. That's the courage of Director Patricia Morrison. That's the grace of James Park.